be with Jaguar. I wasn't too sure whether I could make that happen or not, and I did, and really for them to give me the opportunity is absolutely fantastic, and I'll give it everything I've got. I've been around now for quite a long time. I'm getting so in motorsport terms, you've been racing from you're very young, so you gain a lot of experience. I've raced at high level in a lot of different championships. I've driven lots of different cars. I've been a Formula 1 test driver. I've driven DTM, IndyCar. So in terms of race experience, and I have a lot. I do World Endurance Championship this year. I've done Le Mans. So it's just bringing everything that you've learned over the last 10 years as a professional. So it's the only electric championship in the world. So yes, there's lots of hybrid systems and things like that, but this is purely electric, which allows it to do everything you just mentioned. Go downtown, you don't have to worry about emissions. There's nothing like that. So other than just the technology, it's a great way to bring people to your brand and motor racing, but it also happens to be an incredibly competitive championship. I think the car looks fantastic, especially with the brands, Jaguar, Panasonic. They're actually brands I've been a fan of since I was a kid, and I can honestly say that. And to see the car in its race livery is fantastic. I think it's the best looking car quite easily. It is actually a dream come true to be part of Panasonic Jaguar Racing. I can honestly say that it's not just scripted, and Formula E is something I've been working hard on to get into. Panasonic Jaguar Racing is here to innovate and inspire, and ultimately we're here to win, but we've got a lot of ground to cover. We need some race experience under our belt, but we'll get there.
So it's been a very aggressive time frame that we've worked to for I-Type 1. We commenced the project approximately 9 months ago, but our engineering design phase was only 3 months. We had to comply with fully FIA homologation requirements and crash requirements, and that meant passing all of those tests 4 months after we started the project. So we had a very tight time frame, and from that point we've then been testing drivers, testing the car and validating that. Clearly, in any motorsport project there's work going on for the future as well, and we've already got development underway for the future generations of the car. There's a lot of learnings that will come from Formula E that will feed directly into road car development. Lightweight constructions, thermal management of batteries and control systems, and software development. So we are very excited about accelerating some of those technical areas into the road car groups of Jaguar Land Rover. We've got a number of their engineers embedded into the project with us, and already we're seeing some fantastic results of that partnership. So it's hugely exciting reaching this milestone in the project, being able to launch the car, announce the drivers finally, and enable us to move fully on to our next phase of the project, which is racing in Hong Kong. So Williams Advanced Engineering has been working with Jaguar for 5 years on various projects, CX-75 being a very focal program that we collaborated on, developing lightweight structures, electric powertrains, advanced software controls. So this is a natural progression off the back of that and some other program work that we're doing together to demonstrate our joint capabilities and really bring the race to road message home. From the powertrain side, efficiency and weight and software control is hugely important, and Williams has been involved at the forefront of those technologies now for quite some time. So KERS in Formula 1 has been a key component of our learning as a company, and we're able to deploy quite a lot of that learning that we've continued to develop and grow into the Formula E project.
Well, actually I've been part for the development of the Season 1 Formula E car as well. And now to be here with Jaguar Racing and to work on their return to racing is very exciting in a series which is so innovative, which brings new technology. It's very challenging for engineering, but also for me as a driver. I think Formula E has many unique components. Obviously, first the car itself, fully electric, zero emission, but at the same time the tracks we race at are unique. They're all in city centers, in the most iconic cities around the world. So I think it's a true spectacle, not just for the drivers but also for the spectators, because they can access the cars from very nearby and they can feel the energy and excitement Formula E brings. It's a great honor to be part of the Panasonic Jaguar Racing team. Such an iconic brand on its return to racing after so many years. To be part of that, to be part also of the development towards this moment has been amazing, and I can't wait for the season to kick off in Hong Kong.
To be part of Panasonic Jaguar Racing is it's a proud moment for me, because every driver's dream is to be part of a works team, so with a manufacturer, and Jaguar's got such a strong history in motorsport, and to be part of it, and especially at the start of this new project is very, very special. It's pretty intense. The driver selection, it's a full day of running, and you go through different basic evaluations to try and test your skills and what you can actually bring to the table. And yeah, there's other drivers involved, so you know you've got to be on your, and also they can choose whoever they want. So most of the drivers are generally at the top of their game. So yeah, it's a nervous day, but fortunately for me it went really well, and yeah, that's probably what got me here today. To be honest, the torque of the cars is very, very impressive. It's instant power and instant torque, so you really feel it when you initially put down the throttle. Obviously, it's still in its early stages, so the top speeds aren't extremely high, but we are reaching over 200k now, which is pretty good for running on battery.
Electric vehicles and electric technology is part of a whole suite of the revolution that's happening in the automotive world. Jaguar Land Rover is a key part of that, and we've got really exciting plans. So electric vehicles is absolutely key to that. I talk about the level of change that will take place in the next few years. I promise you we'll see more change in the next decade than I saw in the last 30 years. It's really exciting. So the Formula E car is just a part of our whole development activity. It's actually just a part of pushing vehicles to the extreme on a race circuit. On a race circuit, you just see a more extreme usage of everyday usage. It's accelerated over time, and you're pushing the vehicles to the absolute boundary and to the limits. So this Formula E is just part of a whole suite of development that we're making in electrification. This year is our first year, and that's a first start in that development activity that we're taking to the racetrack. We have over 9,000 engineers working here in Jaguar Land Rover. We're incredibly proud of the tremendous growth that we've seen and the focus and tireless effort of those engineers. A lot of those engineers will be focused on the revolution that's taking place in electrification of all of our vehicles. The Formula E is just a part of that. So a good portion of those engineers are involved in that focus, involved in the electric motors, involved on the battery systems, involved in the inverters, the control systems. That's a key part of our development, and Formula E is just a part of that. So effectively there's quite a big team supporting the whole electrification activity. Panasonic Jaguar Racing is a real opportunity for us to extend our complete development activity and really see electric vehicles working at their extremes. So we're really excited about this venture with Panasonic and Jaguar, a real return to racing and active development out there on the test track. The real exciting hope of Panasonic Jaguar Racing is transforming people's beliefs in electric cars, understanding that electric cars can be race cars, understanding that electric cars can be used every day, and really promoting that revolution of the electric vehicle that is really coming incredibly fast. It's really exciting that Panasonic Jaguar Racing is just going to change the perceptions and relate to a new customer in the marketplace.
Tu opinión nos interesa. Si tienes algo que decirnos, envíanos un mail. Esperamos tus sugerencias.